Hey, it's Laptop Shopping Buddy, and I'm super excited to be talking about the Gigabyte P35XV3-CF7 edition. Be sure to check out the link in the description to get a 7% discount on this model. So I'm going to get right into it with the performance of this machine. It is running a top-of-the-line 4720HQ Core i7. This is a 4th generation Core i7, so it's running the Haswell architecture. It has turbo boost up to 3.6 GHz with a base clock speed of 2.6 GHz. So this means it can dynamically increase or decrease depending on what you're doing. So this is a high-end quad-core processor. As you can see on the right, it is one of the best performing Core i7 mobile CPUs with a CPU benchmark.net score of 8,228. So yeah, top of the line CPU, and performance is simply awesome. You can handle high demand applications and gaming no problem. So add even more power to this machine. There's 16 gigabytes of DDR3L RAM, so there's plenty of room for multitasking. You don't have to worry about sluggish performance with tons of programs open. It can handle that stuff just fine. So this is currently one of the most powerful laptops out there. It has plenty of RAM and it has an awesome CPU. So now I'm going to get to the GPU. This is running one of NVIDIA's latest GPUs. It's the NVIDIA GeForce 980M. And I'm going to jump over to a different screen so you can see what kind of performance you could expect with this GPU. So as you can see, quickly scrolling through these benchmarks, you can see a lot of green. And that is a good thing because green means it's playable and it's smooth. So as you can see, Grand Theft Auto 5, it's running at 1080p on high settings at 80.8 frames per second. Battlefield Hardline can handle ultra settings, 1080p at 66 frames per second. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, 60 frames per second on ultra settings. FIFA 2015, 223 frames per second on ultra settings. Sims 4, 104 frames per second on high, 99 frames per second on ultra. So yeah, performance is not an issue with this GPU. It could pretty much handle any game you could throw at. Call of Duty Ghost, 98 frames per second on high. Battlefield 4, ultra settings at 72 frames per second. So pretty much any game is playable on the highest settings smoothly with this GPU. So this model comes with 2 hard drives. It has a 1TB 7200 RPM hard drive for storage. So you have plenty of room to store media, music, games, whatever. Then it has the 128GB solid state drive. So this is where you're going to get awesome performance because the solid state drives don't involve a spinning disk. They're flash based. So you get quick boot times, you get overall much snappier performance in the operating system. Any software that's installed on the solid state drive, you're going to get awesome load times as well. So say for example you install Battlefield 4 on your solid state drive, it's going to be loading those maps really quick. You won't have to wait so long in between matches. You'll load right up and you'll probably be one of the first people in the server. So I really like how they included the 1TB and the 128GB solid state drive. Now the display is a 15.6 inch IPS display, so it has that matte finish as well. And the great thing about IPS displays is they have wide viewing angles and they have much more accurate colors. So this is a high-end display. It's 1080p. So you get a high pixel density, your games will look much more sharp and much more crisp with a higher resolution. And if you work on the laptop and you like to have a good workflow, 1080p resolutions are much better than say like a 1366 by 768 because you could simply have more windows open at the same time, so it really helps your workflow and your multitasking capabilities. So this model also has a DVD-RW drive, so you can install older games or software or whatever. It also has a backlit keyboard, which I think is a must for a gaming laptop, especially if you game a lot in the dark. You need that backlit keyboard so you can see clearly. Other notes, this is one of the lighter gaming laptops out there. It's only about 5 pounds with the battery. So for a 15.6 inch gaming laptop, this is a respectable weight. It's one of the lighter and more portable gaming laptops out there, and it's relatively thin at 0.83 inch thickness. This model also has Bluetooth support, has 2 USB 3 ports, 2 USB 2.0 ports, so there's plenty of USB ports. It has 1 HDMI out port and it also has a mini display port as well. So to wrap this up, I really like this Gigabyte gaming laptop. It's very powerful with that 4720 HQ processor. It has 16 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, has an awesome GPU, the 980M. It's one of the best mobile GPUs currently available. Not to mention the IPS display. All around, it's a solid gaming laptop, and you're not going to get much better in terms of performance. So be sure to check out the link below in the description to get a 7% discount on this model. I hope you found this quick overview helpful.